Of course, I guess to dispel a lot of the rumors that's going on, Devin did not miss the press conference in Australia due to anything on his account. We missed the press conference because obviously I'm here in Vegas, at my home in Vegas, and I wasn't able to board the flight going over. They said that my visa hasn't been approved. It hasn't been denied, but at this point in time, I wasn't allowed to go through customs.
How involved was the Australian government with making this fight?
Well, that was the thing that that kind of puzzles me most about it. I've always been upfront, you know what I mean, about in terms of where I come from and my background, in terms of being in Oakland and making mistakes that I wanted to I didn't want Devin to make. I made mistakes and did things that at 22, 23 years old, which Devin is now, that hopefully never he will have to ever make the mistake. I have a felony on my record that goes back to 1992, a drug conviction, federal drug conviction that I served time on. I was open, honest about that. I know that my partners in both Top Rank, Lou DeBella Entertainment, knew about this as well. And we thought that, maybe that we would get the support that we needed from the Australian government pertaining to it. And hopefully that'll happen in the next days or two, or, a couple weeks before the fight, that I'll be able to go. But I do want the world to know that as a dad, I've prepared Devin for this moment. We weren't going to let anything get in the way of this moment of, Devin showing up, showing out, and doing what he does best.
Confirmed. Devin Haney is in Australia ahead of an undisputed fight with George Kambosos without his intended trainers. Wow. I want to talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Gang, gang. 23 years old, agreed to everything they wanted to make the fight, traveled across the world to their backyard without his coaches to fight for the undisputed title. Champions mindset at Real Devin Haney. Now, this is one of Devin Haney's trainers, Ben Davison, who is unable to attend and currently get out to Australia ahead of Devin Haney's biggest fight to date. Shocking. In addition, you guys seen and heard the clip at the beginning that is from Trill Boxing Talk, and he had an interview with Bill Haney from the goat, from the horse's mouth. Bill Haney let you know what his situation with. Based on a prior conviction from the 90s, he, at the current point of recording that interview, was unable to attend and go to Australia to support his son ahead of the biggest fight of his career, Road to Undisputed. This is shocking. Now, I already made a video about it. George Kambosos, he's the hometown fighter, so he's training. Devin Haney's training. You see in the snack gym right here in this particular clip, Terrence Crawford and Devin Haney in great shape and training for potentially both undisputed fights. Terrence Crawford, if he, of course, gets Errol Spence Jr. Now, you guys got to subscribe to the channel. I get you what you need when you need it. Daily boxing content. And in the last 30 days, I looked at my YouTube analytics and it showed me something. It said 50% of the people that watch my content on YouTube for free subscribed. The other 50% have not. You have not subscribed. Let me know what I could do to earn your subscription. What type of content do you want to see? Learn more about boxing. Help me spread the word to other boxing fanatics like yourself. And you could do that by hitting the like button, subscribing, leaving a comment. Simple stuff, people. So help the channel. It goes a long way when you guys do that. Also, you'll see on my videos, there's a heart with a $sign. That's a super thanks. If you guys want to support in that way, that's a new feature that YouTube unveiled, and the channel is eligible for super thanks. So that's another way to go above and beyond and help the channel. Now, unfortunate stuff for Devin Haney. Devin Haney, I don't know how this plays out. You see his dad and mentor and trainer is he's training him. He's been every step of the way with his son's career. When Devin was fighting on Showtime, his dad was there. You know, his dad's the one that got him into boxing. So for Devin to not be able to have Ben Davison or his own father and trainer and mentor and so, you know, someone who helps him stretch. I was there. I went this particular day that you see on the screen. This is me in camp on Devin Haney, you know, one of his camp days training for this particular fight. And his dad is always around and helping his son get to the next level. So this is a big fight, you know, it's a big fight. And kudos and hats off to Bill Haney and Devin Haney. They're built different, built Bay Area tough, because this is a bridge too far. Like, let's be real. I want to kick some actual factuals. I'm going to kick the ballistics, if you will. Devin Haney called out everybody from Teofimo to Ryan Garcia to Gervonta Davis, then George Kambosos. He said, I will fight you on Jupiter. I'll fight you anywhere. And some people are like, oh, man, you're taking a big, huge risk going to Australia. You've seen what they did to Manny Pacquiao, and he's from the Philippines, but he was a guy who had built his profile in America and became an American name and synonymous with American boxing as well. And they robbed him in favor of the Australian fighter, which was Jeff Horn at the time, right? And then they left it to Terrence Crawford, who you just seen in that clip, and let Terrence Crawford take the lesser known Jeff Horn and destroy him. And I went to that particular fight. Crawford easily, as predicted, destroyed him. Now, George Kambosos, after defeating Teofimo Lopez, he did a good thing, traveled America. He's feeling it, and he's like, yo, I'm the man now. You're at my beck and call. And now they're going to Australia. But the only problem is Devin Haney doesn't have any of his coaches. He's in there with Zab Judah's father, so that's a good person who definitely knows the sport. But there's little nuanced things that your dad might know, you know? There's nothing against Yoel Judah or anybody else, but if you've been working, what's the point of training with Ben Davison and Mickey Bay and your father, and then you can't have none of them in your corner? So Devin Haney, I mean, this is like crazy. If he pulls this off and beats George Kambosos, which some people are favoring him to do, this is legendary like commitment, because you see fighters all the time and they back out of smaller challenges, right? Canelo Alvarez, let's be real. People said Canelo's #1 pound for pound. They said Canelo's the face of boxing. And you have Canelo man fans telling him to run as far as you can from Dimitri Bivol, because Dimitri Bivol beat him. Devin signed up for 2 Kambosos fights, and now a vast portion. This is not like a water boy or entourage member. This is your dad that at the current moment, we don't know if he's going to be able to get to Australia, right? This is your trainer, Ben Davison. He also worked with Mickey Bay, and Mickey Bay has his own fight, so they're unable to even send him out because Mickey Bay's fighting Tevin Farmer. So this is absurd, and this is crazy. And it seems like, knowing the history, they would have been ready or, you know, had some kind of way to approve Bill Haney to be out there with his son. So to me, it almost feels like a setup. It almost feels like a setup, like they want Devin Haney out there naked. And that's just a figure of speech, not literally naked. I'm from the Bay, so that's what we say when you're not holding you naked. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't have his trainer, his dad, his other trainer, Mickey Bay, like nothing, and no one could seem to get out there for Australia, and then they picked Australia, and Devin Haney had enough heart to, you know, encourage to take it in Australia. That's a bold move, just based on the fact of the judges and the scorecards and things like that. So for it to play out like this, I don't know. Hopefully one of his regular trainers is able to go. But I see some of the George Kambosos crowd, they're salivating, they're gaining confidence, and they're happy with this. They're like, ha, ha, ha. you know, making fun of it. But, you know, that's not cool. I think if you can beat a man, beat him fair and square and things like that, but you shouldn't pray and hope for misfortune in order for a fighter to win. Let me know how I did in this video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. But at the current moment, it's really looking like the odds in the deck is stacked against Devin Haney. And it just, like Ben Davison said in that tweet, it really shows a championship mindset that he's still out there. You have to be insanely confident to have everything against you. It's like when Wilder was about to fight Povetkin, who failed a drug test, so the fight was canceled because Povetkin had meldonium. But Wilder, being who he is, the animal that he is, another American fighter, another black American fighter, you know, he was willing to fight Povetkin in Russia, hostile crowd and things like that. So you don't know if someone, you know, spikes your drink or makes your hotel stay uncomfortable because they're hoping and praying that the hometown fighter wins. So, you know, my advice is Devin Haney just got to keep his head on the swivel. Hopefully his dad or his trainers or whoever can join him. Let me know how I did in this video. Subscribe. And I'm introducing Super Thanks right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.